Welcome to the Daily Coffee Pro, friends. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Elixir Specialty Coffee. Looks like whiskey, feels like tea, made from coffee, and unlike anything you've ever tasted before, Elixir is available at our website, elixirspecialtycoffee.com. Use your code IMAP it forward for a 10% discount off your first order. And if you're interested in wholesaling Elixir and becoming an Elixir dealer, head to our contact page at our website, elixirspecialtycoffee.com, or email hello at elixirify.me. That's hello at elixirfy.me. Links in the show notes below. Today on the Daily Coffee Pro, we are talking about this new phenomenon that seems to be a thing in the specialty coffee world, and it is the phenomenon of product review videos. And I've been watching this evolve over the last 12 months, where it's seeming to just recently be picking up a lot of steam. And it seems more and more people seem to think that it is okay and a cool thing to be doing product review videos, coffee review videos, cafe review videos of businesses, coffee and products, and just put their opinions out there. Now, before I proceed, I want you to know that I am not trying to say that nobody should be doing this. But this falls for me in the same category as coffee consultants. So it's not that I don't think anyone should be doing it. I think that people who are qualified to do it should be doing it. And what I'm seeing is that there are a lot of people that are doing it that are trying to get Insta famous or YouTube famous over creating these videos. And it concerns me a little bit, mostly because a lot of the people that are doing them are people who have never put out a product before or have never built a business before. The only person that I think is doing a great job of this is somebody who themselves feels weird about doing it, but he's doing an incredible job of it. And having said that, he has built a business before. He knows the pain points of building a business, and he is respectful in the way that he does these product review videos. And that's James Hoffman. Every one of these reviews that I've seen other than James's seems to be done by people who are just giving you a quarter of the information that you actually need. And they're not considering the holistic approach to a product. And the reason that I say that is because a lot of these videos that I'm watching are not taking into consideration the full information that a consumer needs and is considering when they are giving these review videos, and they're unable to appreciate the difficult pain points that the business owner has put into putting this product together. So they're unable to see the finesse in the branding and the finesse in the things that are being offered. So something that I like about the way that James does his product review videos and his coffee review videos is that he can see the pain points that business owners have tackled that the end consumer may not necessarily notice or be aware of. And he appreciates that in his product review videos. A lot of the product review videos, and so when I'm saying product review videos, I mean product and coffee and cafe reviews. They are when people are doing these reviews, they're not quite appreciating the little touches that to you seem seamless, you may not be aware of, but to the trained eye, to the person who has started a business before, who can clearly see what people have done to deliver this product, he's able to catch them. And if you're doing a product review, you should be catching this stuff. You should be including that as a part of the product review that you're giving. And so, something that I would like to suggest if you are a person who is thinking of or is doing product review videos, I would encourage you to consider whether you're actually qualified to do this. And for those people who are thinking like I'm talking about age or anything like that, no, I'm not at all. Your age isn't something that is a factor. Like, I'm not saying if you're in your early 20s, you shouldn't be doing product review videos because you don't have enough experience. It's the experience, not your age, that determines whether you're qualified or not to have done this. So I know 20-something-year-olds that have worked really hard to open their first cafe and have tried to launch products and have tried to do a bunch of stuff. It's those kind of people who should be stepping into the realm of exploring these kinds of things. You know, they understand the pain points of what it takes to change the lid on a bottle from one branding to another. And if you haven't launched a product before, if you haven't opened a cafe before, if you haven't gone through the process of taking a brand to market, then quite honestly, you lack the experience to adequately review and comment on this space. Because you haven't got the, what's the word I'm looking for? You haven't been exposed to a lot of the things that you need to be exposed to in order to understand what goes into something. And I'm sure that sounds vague to a lot of people, but those who have gone through the pain points of trying to get stuff to market understand how difficult it is to do that, and they understand what I'm talking about. So just tasting a product and giving your opinion on it because you've been in the coffee industry for 55 seconds isn't enough experience for you to get in front of a camera and talk shit about anybody. If you haven't opened a cafe, I would consider that starting a vlog of you giving people your wealth of knowledge about a lot of these different cafes should perhaps be something that you keep to your friend circle. If you are a person who looks to these reviews for a lot of your information, I would advise you to proceed with caution. I would ask you to perhaps consider the experience of the people doing the product reviews and ask yourself what qualifies the person who is doing this review to be a person of authority in this space. What is the information that they're not giving me? And as you guys know, I'm not a fan of people being Insta famous for no reason. So if you're consuming somebody's videos and their reviews purely because they're someone who is famous in the coffee industry and is giving you their opinion because they're famous, I would invite you to consider that perhaps you could maybe get your information from somebody who is more qualified, or perhaps find a way to start formulating your own opinions of things. Digest all the reviews that you get with a grain of salt, no matter who says it, whether it's people you respect or don't respect. Find a way to get to a point where yours is the opinion that you fall back on. And lastly, I want you to consider the correlation that this draws with something that we in the coffee industry and the hospitality industry at large really, really hate. And we have a lot of opinions about this thing, and it is Yelp. We have a problem with people who we consider underqualified to judge our businesses and the places that we work. And we often say, like, what do these people know? What makes them qualified to come in and write all this shit stuff about the place that I work or about my business? And, they have real power. Enough people say enough bad stuff about your cafe or your product or your business, and people are going to listen. And this is no different. When someone who's been in the industry for 5 years and hasn't opened their own business and doesn't understand what it's like to take a product to market, decides that they are going to start reviewing products when they have half the information and half the experience and qualifications for what it is to release a product and why certain decisions have been made around a product, well, then perhaps they're just another version of a Yelp reviewer. I'm going to leave you with that to ponder. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think that I'm talking crazy? Do you agree? Do you think that perhaps I should have a different perspective? And do you have a different perspective? Let me know. I'm really interested to see the way that the industry is going to embrace this very new, seemingly popular fad that people are getting on board with. On that note, peace, love, and peanut butter. Have an amazing rest of your day.